Good morning, students.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
How are you, everybody?
Good morning, sir.
Fine, sir. How about you, sir?
I am also fine. So, beta, today I am going to start the very first lecture of RAC. Is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Screen
Yes,
is
sir.
visible, but it is not clear, sir.
Okay. So today I am first telling about the syllabus of RAC. RAC means refrigeration and air conditioning, and its code is 16702. So we have 10 section is there. So in first section, I will cover the topic basic concept, definition of refrigeration and air conditioning. What is the difference between IC engine, refrigerator, and pump? Okay. Then brief history of refrigeration and air conditioning. What is natural and mechanical refrigeration? What is the zones of refrigeration? What is cooling capacity, heating capacity? Okay. What what do you mean by COP and ECR? COP and EPR of heat pump. Okay, so different method is there and numerical is also there. Okay, in second section, I will go through with the gas cycle refrigeration and aircraft refrigeration and air conditioning. In this section, I will cover what type of air conditioning is required in different type of missile, aircraft, high-speed aircraft. Okay, so different name is there. Bell Coleman, reverse Brayton, Joule is also there. Simple refrigeration cycle is there. Bootstrap refrigeration is also there. Okay, and evaporative regenerative type, reduced ambient aircraft refrigerant system is also there. So I will cover all these topics in section 2. In section 3, this is the main unit of this air conditioning and refrigeration cycle, because your refrigeration cycle is based on VCR cycle. VCR cycle means vapor compression refrigeration cycle. So under this, I will cover the topic with the help of diagram PV and TS diagram and PS diagram. Okay. So in this, I will cover the topic dry versus wet compression, expansion versus throttling of liquid refrigerant, analysis of simple and theoretical vapor compression cycle, introduction of pH chart and refrigeration table. Okay. So what is the effect of the cooling capacity and condenser pressure, subcooling on the liquid refrigerant, superheating, suction vapor pressure, okay, on the COP. So what will be the effect of all this? What if I will increase the exhaust pressure? What if I will decrease the inlet pressure? So what will be the effect on the COP if I will reduce the if I will subcooling the liquid refrigerant? So what will be the effect on the COP? So I will cover all these topics under this section 3. Next is your fourth type is your vapor absorption cycle. Vapor absorption cycle in which there is no any mathematical calculation is there. Only theoretical part is there. So vapor absorption cycle. Under vapor absorption cycle, you have to. I will go through the basic component of vapor absorption cycle. Then what is its property and what do you mean by aqua, ammonia, vapor absorption cycle, lithium bromide, water absorption system. Okay, Electrolux refrigeration system. This Electrolux refrigeration system is also included in your syllabus. So this is very important part. Okay, so what is the difference between vapor absorption and compression cycle? So I will cover all these topics under this section 4. And now fifth section, refrigerant. So everybody know refrigerant is the main medium which is flowing through the your VCR cycle, which is taking heat and rejecting heat during the cycle. So it is the main. Under this, I will telling you about the different properties of the refrigeration system, thermodynamic, physical, and chemical property. Then different type of refrigeration system and what type of refrigerant we are using these days. So I will cover all these topics during under this topic refrigerant. Next is your alternative refrigeration system, low temperature refrigeration system, steam jet refrigeration system, vortex tube, mixed refrigeration, cascade refrigeration system. Linde and Claude system. So I will cover all this topic under this section 6. And next topic, new topic is psychometry. Under this psychometry, I will cover all the definition: dry, wet, moist air. Okay, so all these definition I will cover under this topic, and I will also cover the different physical psychometric, different psychometric processes. Basic psychometric processes just like sensible heat process, latent heat process, total heat process, bypass factor, contact factor. Okay, so all these topic I will cover under this section 8. So 9 and 10 and part for calculation purpose, and 10 part is also there, in which different component which is using in VCR cycle are there, just like evaporator, different type of condenser, different type of your compressor, different type of expansion valve. All these topic also, these different component are also in your practical classes also. So you have to also make the practical. Okay, so first of all, I will start now. The book recommended for your this syllabus of RAC. So different books are there. CP Arora book is also there. Manor Prasad book are also there. Okay, so you have to purchase the refrigeration air conditioning by P.S. Chand, written by its author is R.S. Kurmi. Okay, so you have to follow this book only, R.S. Kurmi. Okay, so what is the objective of RAC? So the main objective of the RAC is to understand and identify method, different type of refrigeration and air conditioning system, and express their performance. Analysis in this, we will also include analysis of air refrigeration cycle, especially for aircraft air conditioning and vapor compressor refrigeration cycle. Identify the different refrigerants from their nomenclature and select them from environment aspect and field of application. In this, the main objective also to know the what is psychometric processes, what is the wet bulb temperature, dry bulb temperature, and how much vapor present in the air. Okay, so all these are the main objective to find out the psychrometric processes with the help of psychometry. Okay. So next is what is the definition of the refrigeration and air conditioning. So refrigeration, what is the definition of refrigeration? Refrigeration may be defined as the process of achieving and maintaining a temperature of system below that of surrounding. The main of being to cool some product or space to the required temperature. Okay. And air conditioning in refrigeration, only cooling, our main purpose is to cool the, only to remove the latent heat from the object. Okay, but no need to in refrigeration we will not control the moisture content, cleanliness, odor, okay, or circular odor. But in case of air conditioning, our main purpose not only to cooling purpose, but in this case air conditioning we will also control the moisture content and the air content, its cleanliness, odor, and circulation. Okay, required by the occupant. So in this case, this is the main difference between refrigeration and air conditioning. So look at here, where we will use the refrigeration, as we see from the figure in our domestic refrigerator. So this refrigeration will be there to achieve, to maintain its temperature below the surrounding. Okay, so what's its main aim? To cool the product or space to the required temperature. So what is the, if I will go with the example, its example is domestic refrigerator. So refrigeration is used there. So look at here, this is the VCR cycle. These are the coil which is known as your condenser coils. After condenser coil, capillary tube is there. Then your evaporator coil, in which your ice is in which cooling effect is there. Then after this evaporator, then compressor is there. Okay, so this is the compressor. So the main component of your refrigeration system, 4 component is there. One is compressor, condenser, capillary tube, and your evaporator. Okay. So what do you mean by cooling? Next topic is cooling. Cooling may be defined as the process of decreasing the temperature of system so that it can attain thermal equilibrium with the surrounding. It can be achieved by extraction of heat from the system. If I will take the example, cooling of hot ingot from 100 degrees centigrade to room temperature. Okay, if I will take another example, if I will cooling of hot cup of coffee by leaving it on table. After some time, it will it will cool down. Okay, because thermal equilibrium will be there. It will the heat will transfer from hot body to the cold body. If the temperature of your hot cup of coffee is more, then after some time it will going to come into contact with the atmosphere temperature. Then after some time, when its temperature is going to reduce, and after some time both the temperature is same, because after some time both will be in thermal equilibrium. Okay, so this is the cooling. So method of refrigeration. So two type of method of refrigeration is there. Number one, we have natural refrigeration method, and number two, we have mechanical refrigeration method. So under natural refrigeration method, if I will if I will take the example of your natural refrigeration cycle, so beta natural refrigeration. What is natural refrigeration? So during natural refrigeration, you know, the ice is falling on the hill area during the winter. So what the people will doing in the ancient time, they will collect the ice and they will store them in ice houses. Okay, that will be utilized for summer, during summer. Okay, so another natural refrigeration process is your cooling by evaporating cooling. What is evaporating cooling? As you store the water in the pitcher, and the water coming out the pores of the pitcher, and it will evaporate there, and the remaining effect is your cooling effect. And next is you will add the brine salt in the ice, that will also reduce the temperature of your ice, and it will also maintain the temperature after for some long time. So I will going to explain the process of your natural refrigeration on the blackboard. So everybody please look at blackboard. I'm going to stop the sharing. So look at here on the blackboard. What was the natural process? Oh, it was working. So your natural processes, so they will store the ice like this. This was the chamber. Here they will put ice on this somewhat on a high place. So this is your ice. They will put ice on somewhat on a high place, and the product they want to cool for long time. They will store the product on the lower place. So this place they were utilized for storing purpose. So they will put the things or object on it, food, fruit on it for storing some long time. So for the when air is coming from this side, when air is coming from this side, it will come into contact with this ice. When it will come into with this ice, its temperature will get reduced and it will start moving to the downward side. Okay, after when it will start moving downward side, it will take the latent heat from the latent and sensible heat from the product which is already stored. Okay, when it will taking the latent heat, its temperature will going to increase. Again, hot air will start moving to the upward side. Okay, then again this air will come into contact with this ice. Again, its temperature will reduce. So this natural cycle was set up during that period. Okay, so these days we are using VCR cycle, but this is your natural cycle. All the things they will kept store under this for long time. Okay, so this is the preservation method in the ancient time. They were using this type of method. Okay, now this is your PPT. Now natural refrigeration, I have already told you, or they will store the object. In the mechanical refrigeration or aircraft, artificial refrigeration. Mechanical refrigeration, the various artificial refrigeration or mechanical method are discussed below. Number one, we have vapor compression refrigeration system. Number two, we have vapor absorption refrigeration system. Number three, we have gas or air cycle refrigeration system. Next is steam jet refrigeration system is also there. Thermoelectric refrigeration system is also there. Okay, so first of all, I am going to tell you about what is refrigeration effect. Okay, refrigeration effect, it may be defined as the amount of cooling produced by a subsystem or amount of heat energy extracted by the system. How much heat is extracted from the system, that is called the refrigeration effect. If everybody know, if continuously heat is removing or latent heat is removing from water below 0 degree centigrade, then it will convert into ice. Okay, so that is the refrigeration effect. How much heat is extracted from the refrigeration system. Okay, so how much heat is extracted. So COP means coefficient of performance. It may be defined as the ratio of refrigeration effect to the energy input. Refrigeration effect to the energy input. Okay, how much refrigeration effect is there and how much energy is input. Energy input means your compressor work. How compressor work is your will be there. Okay, so then how much refrigeration effect, that so the ratio of refrigeration effect to the energy input, that is called your COP. COP mean, I have already told you, COP mean coefficient of performance. The coefficient of performance is the reciprocal of the efficiency of the heat engine. Okay, so COP will be directly proportional to 1 by N. N is the efficiency of the heat engine. Also, the COP always greater than Junti. So everybody note down this. The COP of the refrigeration is always greater than Junti. Okay. So the ratio of COP to the theoretical COP. Again, if one more definition is there, what is the theoretical COP? Okay. So the ratio of actual COP to the theoretical COP is known as relative COP. That is known as the relative COP. So it is very these COP theoretical or actual or your relative, these COP is used in your numerical. Okay, so mathematically you can also write down like this: relative COP will be equal to actual COP divided by the theoretical COP. Okay, next, this is also very important. This may be asked in I think every paper. What is the units of refrigeration? Okay, so this is very important definition. So the unit of refrigeration is tonnage, ton refrigeration, or simply ton, denoted by TR. Okay, so what is unit of refrigeration? It is equivalent to the rate of heat transfer needed to produce 1 ton of ice at 0 degree centigrade. Okay, at 0 degree centigrade from water in 1 day. From water in 1 day, that is 24 hours. Okay, so what it means? How much heat? If I will take 100 kilogram of water, if I will withdraw its latent heat at 0 degree centigrade and I will leave it for 24 hours, then how much ice will be produced? That will be equal to 1 ton. Okay, so 1 ton will be equal to, if I will multiply in 24 hours, then 1 ton will be equal to 210 kilojoule per minute or 3.5 kilojoule per second. Okay, so next is very important, is what is the difference between heat engine, refrigerator and heat pump. So everybody know about your heat engine. Look at here, in heat engine, the temperature, look at here. If I will supply the Q2 amount of heat, then it will only converted the Q1 minus Q2 of your heat into desired work, and the remaining heat is supplied to the cold body. So here T1 is greater than to the TA. Okay, T2 atmosphere. T1 is greater than to the atmosphere temperature. Everybody know. So the performance efficiency of the heat engine is work done by the heat supply. How much work done is there? Q2 minus how much work done? Q1 minus Q2. Okay. So and Q2 and how much divided by how much heat is your supply? Q2 amount of heat is supplied, because Q2 amount of heat is supplied, and it will convert some of heat into work, and the remaining heat is supplied to the atmosphere in case of your heat engine. But in case of your refrigerator, what is a refrigerator? It will extract the heat, the body which is already at a lower temperature. So look at here, T1 is the temperature of the body which is already at a lower temperature, which is less than the atmospheric temperature. Okay, so it will extract the heat from the body which is already at a lower temperature with the help of some external source, and that external source is your compressor. Okay, so it will extract the heat from colder body and convert into the and supply the heat to the surrounding, to the hot body. Okay, so how much heat is work done by the compressor? That will be equal to Q2 minus Q1. So what will be the COP of the refrigeration effect? The COP mathematically you can write down the heat, how much heat is extracted from the cold body divided by the work done. So COP of refrigeration, that will be equal to Q1 divided by the work done. Work done will be equal to Q2 minus Q1, because Q2 temperature is more than the temperature of Q1. So work done will be equal to Q2 minus Q1. And the COP of the refrigeration system is Q1 divided by work done by the compressor. Okay. So next is your heat pump. The working cycle is also same as the refrigeration cycle. So in this also case, we will take the we will increase the temperature of the cold body. We will take the heat from the cold body, then its temperature will be increased with the help of some external source, and that will be your heat pump. After taking heat from the hot pump, then this heat will deliver to the room which is needed to be heated. Okay, so during winter, everybody know we will utilize the heater to increase the temperature of your room. So there we will use this heat pump to increase the temperature of the room, because outer temperature during winter is very low, and your room temperature is also low. So we want to increase the temperature of our room. So here first we will increase the temperature of the air whose temperature is T1, and after when it will pass through the heat pump, its temperature is going to increase. Then that increased temperature air is supplied to the your room. So Q2 will be equal to Q1 plus WP, work done of the pump. So okay, so work done by the pump will be equal to Q2 minus Q1. So work done by the pump, that will be equal to Q2 minus Q1, and this is also called the COP of the your heat pump is also known as energy performance ratio, EPR. This is also known as EPR. EPR mean energy performance ratio of a heat pump. So mathematically COP or EPR, we can write both. EPR mean energy performance ratio, that will be equal to Q2 divided by work done. Q2 mean after increasing the temperature. So when here we cannot write Q1 because we have already increased the temperature of Q1. So Q1 increase the temperature to Q2. Okay. So here heat is so here how much heat is given to the room is Q2 divided by the work done. Okay. So if I will COP of your heat pump, if I will write like this, COP refrigeration system plus 1. This means the COP of your heat pump is always greater than 1. So your COP is the coefficient of performance of your refrigeration system pump, that will be always greater than 1. Okay. So next is your reverse Carnot cycle. So look at here, beta. In a refrigeration system, your main refrigeration system is based on reversed Carnot cycle. We know a heat engine working on Carnot cycle has the highest possible efficiency. Similarly, a refrigeration system working on reversed Carnot cycle will have maximum possible coefficient of performance. We also know that it is not possible to make an engine working on the Carnot cycle. So only it is a theoretical part, not it's a practical part. So it is impossible to make an engine working on Carnot cycle. It is also impossible to make an refrigeration machine working on the Carnot cycle, but it is a theoretical. It is only theoretical. So this theoretical over it is utilized standard of comparison. So it is only utilized to make a benchmark of standard of comparison. A reverse Carnot cycle using air as a medium is shown in PV and TS diagram. So look at here. So it is consist of 4 processes. 1 to 2 PV is your pressure volume and TS your temperature and entropy diagram. So look at here. First is your 1 to 2 is your compression, 1 to 2 is your isentropic compression, and 2 to 3 is your isothermal compression, 3 to 4 is your isentropic expansion, and 4 to 1 is your isothermal expansion. So in the your TS diagram, same 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and 4 to 1. Every process is mentioned. Okay. So during isentropic compression, there is no rejection or taking the heat to the surrounding or from the surrounding. But during isothermal compression, it will giving the heat to the surrounding or taking the heat from the surrounding. So during isothermal compression, so what will happen during isothermal compression? When your piston is moving from bottom dead center to the top dead center to the half, okay, then isentropic compression will be there. During isentropic compression, the volume is going to decrease. The volume is going to decrease and its pressure and temperature is going to increase from 1 to 2. And during, there is no exchange of heat between system and surrounding. But during process 2 to 3, there is exchange of heat between system and surrounding because it is an isothermal compression. So during half, when it will reach the half and half to the top dead center, isothermal compression is there. Okay. So during this, rejection of heat will be there. After this, 3 to 4. So look at here, expansion process will be there. 3 to 4 is your isentropic expansion. Isentropic expansion can mean there is no taking the heat or rejection heat from the system to the surrounding or surrounding to the system. Okay. After, in this case, 3 to 4, look at here, 3 to 4 expansion process will be there. Its volume, specific volume is going to increase. When its specific volume is going to increase and its temperature and pressure both are going to reduce. Look at here, its pressure is going to reduce from P3 to P4 and temperature also, look at here, P3 to T3 to T4. So this is all about pressure and pressure, volume, and temperature and entropy diagram. So during isotropic compression, there is no rejection or taking it to the system or from the surrounding. There is no any, but during isothermal compression, there is a rejection of heat to the surrounding. So how much air during isothermal compression per kilogram of air, how much air is rejected to the surrounding, that will be equal to T3 S2 minus S3. Look at here, T3 into entropy S3 minus S2 minus S3. So look at here, S2 minus S3. But T3 will be equal to T2. Look at here, T3 from temperature entropy diagram, T3 will be equal to T2. So we can also write it as T3 that will be equal to T2 S2 minus S3. Okay. So during isothermal isentropic expansion, no any exchange of heat between system and surrounding. But during isothermal expansion, there is a exchange of heat. It will extract the heat from the cold body. So when it will extract the heat from the cold body, that will be equal to how much heat is extracted from the cold body. That will be equal to S1 minus S4 into T4. So look at here in the diagram. T4 that will be equal to T4 into S1 minus S4. So that will be also, we can write T1 is equal to T4. So we can also write it as T4 that will be also write as T1 minus T1 into S2 minus S1 minus S4. So look at here. So S1 that will be also equal to S1 that will be also equal to S2. Look at here from the TS diagram. S1 will be also equal to S2 and S3 will be equal to S4. So we can write it as, look at here, S2 minus S3, S2 that will be S2 minus S3. Okay. So look at here, we can convert it into T1, T4, S1 that will be equal to S2, S4 that will be equal to S3. So the how much heat is extracted from the cold body, that will be also equal to T1 into S2 minus S3. So what is the work done during the cycle per kilogram of air? So the work done per kilogram of the air, that will be equal to heat rejected minus heat absorbed. How much heat is rejected to the surrounding and how much heat is absorbed from the cold body. So both the difference. So difference, if I will put the value of how much heat is rejected and how much heat is absorbed, that will be equal to T2 S2 minus S3 minus T1 S2 minus S3. So I will take the common value T1 T2 minus T1 and S2 minus S3. So this much the work done during the cycle. So this much the work done. So what is the COP? As I have already told you, the COP is the how much heat is extracted from the cold body divided by the work done by the compressor. Okay. So I will put the value over here. How much heat is extracted? That will be equal to T1 S2 minus S3 and divided by the work done. Okay. After taking the now I will cancel S2 minus S3. Both are cancelled on and only T1 divided by T2 minus T1 is left. So this is the reverse Carnot cycle. COP of the reverse Carnot cycle is T1 divided by T2 minus T1. Okay. So the reverse Carnot cycle is most efficient between fixed temperature limit. Temperature limit should be fixed, then it will give the more COP. Okay. Otherwise, it will not give you the better COP. Okay. So look at here. What is the? We have already discussed the COP of the heat pump. COP of the heat pump is your COP of your refrigeration system plus 1. It is always greater than 1. Okay. So when I will put the value of the COP of your refrigeration system over here, then after calculation, the value come out to be T2 divided by T2 minus T1. So COP of the your heat pump will be T2 divided by T2 minus T1. And what will be the efficiency of your heat engine? Heat engine will be equal to, again, that will be just opposite to your refrigeration system. It is the just reciprocal of your heat pump. Okay. So next is your temperature limitation for reversed Carnot cycle. What is the temperature limitation? As we have already calculated the value of COP of your refrigeration system, that will be come out to be T1 divided by T2 minus T1. What is T1? T1 is the temperature of the body which is already at lower temperature. And what is your T2? Temperature of your atmosphere. So, we can increase the COP of the refrigeration system. We can increase the COP of your refrigeration system if I will reduce the value of T2 and increase the value of T1. T2 mean during summer, if I will take the example, during summer, the temperature of outside air is very, very high. So when your refrigerant is not capable to removing more heat to the surrounding. Okay. But during winter, so you can see during winter that outside temperature is very, very less as compared to your refrigerant. So it will remove more heat during winter. Okay, so during winter, more heat removing from your COP cycle of refrigeration. But during summer, the COP of your refrigeration cycle is very, very less as compared to the COP of your same refrigeration cycle in winter. Why? Because outside temperature is very, very less and your refrigerant is removing more heat during summer in case of summer, because in summer outside temperature is more as compared to winter. So the COP of your refrigeration cycle is more in winter and less in summer. Okay. So this is the limitation of your reverse Carnot cycle. But if I will talk about refrigeration cycle and air conditioning cycle, because your refrigeration cycle is already operated at lower than 0 degree centigrade, but air conditioning is working at 18 degrees centigrade. So when we have only needed the refrigeration cycle to work at 80 degrees centigrade, so its efficiency of your refrigeration cycle for air conditioning is more as compared to the coefficient of performance of your refrigeration cycle working at 0 degree centigrade. The COP of your refrigeration cycle is less as compared to your air conditioning cycle. Okay, so this is the limitation of your reversed Carnot cycle. Okay, so next is your, what is the application where we will use this refrigeration cycle. So we will use this our refrigeration cycle as you will see in your daily life where for food processing unit, preservation and distribution. Distribution means to move the product from one place to another place for distribution purpose. So just like meat, some items or medicine are also there which have need for to maintain the temperature below 0 degree centigrade. Okay, to preserve the atom for long time. Okay, so it will be used in chemical and process industries. So special application. So it is also used in your air conditioning purpose for comfort air conditioning. So these are the some application of refrigeration and application of air conditioning, as everybody know, required for thermal comfort. It is also provide thermal comfort to the human body and other living being. Comfort air conditioning and providing conditioning required for various products and process in industry. In industrial air conditioning, so these are the some application which is used in refrigeration as well as in your air conditioning purpose. So this is all about very first chapter. So what is your evaluation procedure? I have everybody know there will be two tests. Two tests will be based on 24 marks each, and average or allotted marks will be 24. So two MST will be given of 24 marks, and the average I will take the 24 marks. Then 3 assignment will be given of RAC. Each will be of marks 24, and average mark will be allotted 16 during internal. So the total marks, your MST plus your assignment 24 plus 16, that will be your internal mark, and external marks will be of your, everybody know, 60 mark paper will be there. Okay. So this is all about your paper. So we will conduct the evaluation during the MST and assignment. And for internal purpose, your total marks will be 40, and for external purpose, your total marks will be of 60 marks. Okay. So this is all about your evaluation. This is all about your very first chapter. This chapter I have already told you. So I'm going to stop this